do anything. I haven't really decided what I wanted to do today, but we are going to look at our time traveler. I think I'm up a little high, so I'm going to move this down some. Hope everybody is having a wonderful first day of 2026. Well, it's barely started for me, so anyway, there's the daughter home. I still have my earrings that we made yesterday down on the mat. I need to photograph those and put them away. Decide whether they're going to go into the Etsy shop or somewhere else. I was going to, hi, honey. My daughter is home. Hey, Anita. I was going to ask you if you guys had the burn victim from the fire last night, but it sounds like they flew him to Salt Lake City. What's that?
I said, no, we didn't.
So,
we don't have the
facilities.
Yeah.
Yeah. They did say he was critically injured, so he must have had some bad burns.
Yeah, we heard about it because at first they were debating on
bringing him to you.
Yeah, and then they were like, we don't have the facilities for it.
The fire that I mentioned yesterday, that we had all of the fire trucks and everything, we could hear the sirens going off all over the valley, was actually not a lumber mill, but a firewood producing place. I don't know if you guys around have at the various stores have the racks with the firewood for sale, like we do around here, but this place was the place that makes the firewood that they sell at the stores in the bundles, and the place caught on fire. It was really bad because, of course, there was tons of firewood there, pallets and pallets of it. And one of the workers got severely burned. So I was just asking my daughter if I was going to ask her if she had him, but I'd already heard that they flew him to Salt Lake City to a specialized burn facility. And she said they had heard about him because they were debating bringing him there, but they didn't have the facilities at our hospital to take care of somebody with that severe burns. So he was moved to Salt Lake City. We did see pictures of the fire. Every fire crew in the valley was had responded because it was really bad. You could see the fire from all over the valley. It was reaching that high into the sky. So it was pretty bad. But and they said it is still smoldering. They can't get it entirely out because of all of the wood there, and but hopefully it won't start up again. So hi Anita, hi Deborah, hi Jan. So it was quite a thing, but hopefully the man will make it, and hopefully the fire doesn't restart up. My husband's best friend is a firefighter, and he was there and said it was just, he'd never seen anything like it. And he works on lots of fires, including some of our wildfires that we get in the forests around here. So anyway, it is a rather was rather disturbing to hear about that. I keep forgetting to turn that off. I hit snooze instead of my dismiss the last time it came on. But anyway, we're gonna work on our time traveler companion bundle again, mainly just because, well, gotta have we're working on this for our Sunday Beating Besties. What we want to show what we've made so far with our pretties, and as you know, yesterday we made 3 pair of earrings. Haven't decided what we're going to make today. I got lots of pretties in here though, so we've got possibilities. Hey Cynthia. So one thing I did get is I have all these little tiny bookmarks. These are the 3-inch ones. The bigger ones I use are 6 inches and 4.5 inches, but these ones are 3 inches. I got these on a special deal, and they came in all the 3 colors that you usually see them in: bronze, silver, and gold. So lots of these. So we may work on some little bookmarks today, since we have all these little bookmark pieces. So I think that would be cute. And we do have bronze ones, so it would match our pieces we have. So I think that might be what we make. I do have to put the earrings somewhere so that I can take pictures of them. Thank you, Jan. Yes, please do hit my like button. It helps me a great deal with my algorithm and such. So we're gonna put the earrings aside, and we're gonna start working on something else. Now I do have an idea for a one of the Celtic Christmas things, but we'll make that later, since I want to be working on Time Traveler, though we could use it on Time Traveler as well. I've got this last piece of memory wire for bracelets. It looks like it's almost, oh, it is. If you go from end to end, it's 3 links worth, three wraps worth, and I think that would make a cool bracelet with the seed bead pack that was in the Celtic Christmas. But we'll see what we decide to do with that. But right now we're going to work on something else. So let's turn us down, and we will move our earrings out of the way, and then we're going to get a bundle out. And I think, like I say, we might work on some little bookmarks, and then we'll see if we want to do anything else while we're at it. By the way, I don't know that I showed you, after I glued the pieces, the strands down on our sun catcher, I got it pretty straightened, as you can see. So that's how she finished up looking. So I like the looks of this guy. So anyway, let's turn us down, and we'll get to work. Thank you, Jan. I like it. I think it turned out nicely. Those are the 3 pair of earrings we worked on yesterday. I think they turned out just about how I wanted them. Though this one, for some reason, even though I measured these sides out, it seems that this one is shorter than the other leg sides, but I think it's all right. I'm contemplating redoing this one because it looks like this side is shorter than this side. In fact, I'm fairly positive it is. 1 1/4. Well, it says no. 1 1/4 and 1 1/4 and 1 1/2. So yes, it is. So we'll decide. And I think these are the 1 1/2. Yep. Don't know how that side got shorter, but it is shorter, so that bothers me. So I'll probably cut this apart and redo do it and get that extra 1/4 inch I need in this side. But that is our 3 pair of earrings from yesterday. I haven't photographed them, so I'm going to put them to the side here so that I can later. You hadn't seen the sun catcher, Cynthia, or the earrings from yesterday? The sun catcher we worked on Monday and Tuesday. Now these are, like I said, our little sun catcher piece, our little bookmark pieces. And since this is a bronze set, I thought we would use the bronze. No, I don't want that. We're going to use one of these little guys in the middle, maybe. Since these are small, I don't want to use really big beads. Could use one of these guys in the middle. And then bring these down as spacers. Oh, the uneven leather. Yeah. It might not be noticed when it was being worn, but then again, it might be because it is the same earring that's one side smaller than the other one. So, okay, that would work. I need something for the bottom. What do we want to put on our bottom here? Maybe instead of these, we'll put in these guys. Bing, bing. See how long that gets to be. And then just do one of these up on a loop at the bottom. Might work. Let's see. So we need some wire. I think we'll just use our butterscotch here. Don't need very much. It's a short thing. Then I'm going to just there is not bronze cramp tubes. So anyway, I've never seen them. They might exist, but I don't know that they would be. But I know Softflex doesn't have them. So we just need to. And I'm just going to put a loop on top and bottom because they need to be jump ringed onto here. Well, you don't have to be. You could hardwire, but I'm not going to. A little loop so we can attach it at the top, and then if we can attach our pretty at the bottom. Normally I would attach the pretty at the bottom right now, but we're going to put this on a head pin to make it into a pretty dangle at the bottom. So there's the bottom, which we are going to get a wire to put that on. So then we're just going to string this baby up here. Now I had one of these that had lost one of its rhinestones, but it's not this one. So now this is going to be hollow inside. So when you go to use those, be sure you've got your wire so it'll go straight across. Otherwise, it's just going to lose itself sort of inside there. So there's our little bead strand. Let's see if it's going to be long enough. I don't think so. I don't like it's too short, even with our little dingle. I think it might be a little bit shorter than I like. I like them to be about the same length as the stick. Well, actually, it might be fine because that little dangle's going to hang down there a ways. So. But we could. Yeah, we're going to put it like that. So now we'll put this other crimp on, and then we'll go down through. When you, it appears to be the crimp that doesn't want to let it go all the way through. There it goes, I think. No, it didn't. Sometimes the crimps have a little lip, and this one does. That's what's going on. Like a little piece of metal that didn't come out entirely when it was formed. So there we go. I'm going to bring it down here, and we're going to get us just a little loop at the top there. Get our crimping plier in. Squish, turn, squish, squish. Looks like it's squished as much as it's going to squish. So now we're going to cut this little bit off. And now I'm going to get I have a couple jump rings here. We're going to use this one to hook this onto the top. And I need to get a pin out to make our little, now see, it is ending up being a little longer than I'm going to want it, because this is down here a little bit further than I like, but it'll be all right. There's no law that says what the length is that you have to make. I just like my bead strand to be about the same length or just a little longer than my my blank. So I'm going to let that go to the mat so it will keep it from swinging, and before I put this on. So there's our bead strand on. So that's actually about the length that I like it to be. This is going to make it just a little bit longer, but I think we can live with it. I think since we're only putting the one on, that should be plenty long enough, this little tiny one. Hey, Deb. Oops. This little guy's heavy. You know what? I'm going to hook this directly to it. So I'm going to pull this back just a little bit. I'm going to go on here. That means that in that way we don't have the extra jump ring on here that would add some more length. And I don't want any more length. So we're going to just do it right here. Yeah, I've never found antique copper either as far as crimp tubes are concerned. Just gold, bright copper, silver, and gunmetal now. But so there's number one little bookmark done. I think it turned out sort of cute. So we now have out of our companion bundle 1 bookmark, 3 pair of earrings. What I'm doing is I'm thinking I might make a stretch bracelet, since these have big enough holes to have our knot go into. So sit to the side, baby. Hey Heather, how you feeling this morning, honey? Not that one, this one. Now let's see what that looks like once we get it together here. So we need some elasticity. Yeah, I hear you. Mine was always propped up under my desk too, Heather. So I understand exactly what you're saying. So I'm just going to get out a length of elasticity. This is the 1 millimeter elasticity stretch cord. It's my favorite of the stretch cords. And then I'm going to take hold of both ends and stretch it 4 or 5 times. I'm going to take one of my bead stoppers and we're going to put it on the very end. I'm doing that because that's going to be cut off and I don't have to worry about damaging that. Now, because by all rights, one of these is going to hold the knot. Trying to see which one looks to have the biggest hole. They all look pretty even. It's going to go at the very end when we start this here. Then we're just going to go down the line of how I've designed it here. Oops, this one has one of those little weedy things inside it. It's not a weed, it's the husk of what they use to tumble these. So come on, you go in. I'm going to check something. Because these do have a bigger hole, I'm going to see if, come here you, if my small black tubing will take the strand and if it will go in here. And it will go in here. Will it take the strand? Yes, it will. So I'm going to go into here and push it up to where I can feel it coming up the other side. And then I'm going to take my flush cutters and I'm going to cut a hunk off. So we have a little hunk for this one. I'm going to do the same thing over here with this one. We're not going to with the original one because it is going to be where the knot's at. So there it goes. You've always wondered why those are in your metal beads. It is when they antique it, they tumble them with those seed pod things to knock the excess antiquing off. So that's all right, Heather. You can just explain when we do Sundays if you need to that, you had to have surgery, so you didn't get a chance to work on it too much. I think we all understand that. Okay, last bead. Now we get to check to see if it's going to work as far as length is concerned. So what I'm going to do is take this off. I'm going to take this other side here. We're going to stick it through our large hole bead. And then we're going to pull it up tight. Still looks a little small to me. So let's get our mandrel out. And we'll slide it onto the mandrel and then pull the threads to make sure, or the string to see how tight it is. So we want it to be tight. And no, it's only 6 inches. It needs at least probably another inch of beads. So we need to decide where we're going to add some more stuff into here, because we need to add an inch. I think too bad because I like it just the way it is. This, if we added a whole nother section, it would be bigger than an inch. Hey, Carolyn. So we don't want to add a whole nother section. We just want to add something to the sections. We've already added these. I don't want to add two of anything more unless it's the little guys here. What I'm thinking of doing is bringing in some more of these pink ones, put them side by side with just a spacer in between. Let's pull one side out and come on, you. Let's come out. We'll put our bead stopper back on this side again. Come here, you. Again, way towards the end because I know I'm going to cut this end off to a degree once the knot is tied. So what I'm thinking is we'll pull this guy off right here. And we need about an inch and a quarter. So what I'm thinking, are you, little bead? Okay. Why are you not clicking? There we go. So what I'm thinking is if it doesn't make it too long, we'll see how it looks. If it looks fine, then we will go ahead and go with the rest of them. And then it would go, get my ruler out of the way here. The same way again with our I think that'll work. So let's get, we're going to actually have to pull more off because we have to get this one and this one doubled up. But it might be easier since I've already got this section on to do it from the other side. So now I'm going to move this bead stopper over to this other side here. Come here, you. Very end again. We're going to pull this off from here. And then we will put these other beads on here. Oh, that one had a bit of string in it still. Now this first one, if you'll recall, has the piece of rubber tubing in it. So we have to get to go through the rubber tubing. There we go. Did everybody have a nice New Year's Eve? I just went to bed like normal. But, you know, those who celebrate, hope you had a nice, safe celebration. Come on. Now we got our last bead here, and we're gonna take this off again, and then we'll again pull the second strand through the bigger bead here. Bing, pull it up tight. That looks closer to the size we need it. Let's find out. Oh, poor babies. I'm sorry your dogs are scared of the fireworks. Now it's about 7 1/4, which is about right. I like them between 7 and 7 1/4, just to make sure they'll fit most people. So now we have to pull one of these strands out. So now we want to bring both of our cords together. I try to get them about even. It doesn't really matter. We're going to cut the other end off anyway. And then we're going to take hold of our lines, and we're going to stretch it a couple more times just to be on the safe side. Make sure you got a good stretch on it. And then you take your 2 strands. See, I've got a lot of extra, and that's intentional. I'd rather throw some away than not be able to tie it. So then we're going to put it across these 2 fingers, bring it around, then go through here with both lines once and then twice. Now once you pull this tight, let the one finger out, keep pulling it tight. It's not very tight right now. I need it to get tighter. And then pull tight. And it could have gone a touch tighter, but I think it's going to be all right. So, and then I will pull each individual strand to make sure they're in there set pretty good. And we'll pull it, stretch it some, make sure it's holding. Then I'm going to cut the strands down. I'm going to leave a little bit of line, just a teeny bit, but we don't want it to be right there so that it can just slide back out of the knot. And throw the excess away. Get my hypo cement out. Hypo cement, where'd you go? You should be right here. Uh-oh. That's strange. It's usually right here on this shelf. Where is it? Did it fall? This is very weird. Okay, I don't know what to think about this. My hypo cement has done a disappearing act. Well, let's see if I still have the new tube over here. I do. Since I can't find where my other one is. We will just get the new one out. Okay, little one, let's go. I'm going to put once it starts dripping out good, because this, you don't need to squeeze this, it will come out on its own. Then I'll put it on the knot. Now I'm going to get this put back in here pretty quick because I don't want a lot of hypo cement dripping everywhere. Now you go on the shelf where you guys are supposed to be. Now, once I've got that glued, what I need to do is now I need to work the knot into this bead here. So I'm going to just now I have done this before where I've pulled to get the knot into the bead and it's gone all the way through to the other side and I have to start it over again, which is a bit of a pain in the rear, but it happens. I always hate doing this because I'm always afraid I'm going to break my elasticity when I'm trying to get the bead to go in. Or the knot to go into the bead, not the bead to go into the knot. Duh. Come on, in you go. Wow. I know this hole should be big enough. Why are you not going in? Come on, baby, go. This is a big knot, so it does take a little effort to get it in usually. Not usually this much, but... It's not quite in, but it's close.
I'll get that door.
So anyway, we're going to work with this knot a little bit more to get it in better, hopefully. But it is about halfway in right now, but it's fighting going in. But let's verify its final size here. Yep, right at 7 1/4. So it's a nice size. Turned out really pretty. Push that into there. Come on. I'm actually sort of surprised that it's not half going into this bronze one because they have a really big hole too. But it's being a bit difficult here. Usually once they start in like this, I can get them in pretty fast, but this one's being a bit on the difficult side. But like I said, we're half in the bronze one here beside it too, because it's a bigger bead hole too. Up, down and in. Okay, I think we've fought with this enough on camera here, so I will play with it again some more later, but it should go in all right sooner or later. It's just for some reason fighting it right now. It's halfway in, which is why it's sort of surprising me that it hasn't continued to go in, because usually when I can get them in halfway, they stop fighting so much and go in. But this one is not wanting to for some reason. Well, since this one's being so difficult, I'm glad I didn't try to use the flower beads on here and use them as the big hole, because they were a little being fighting with me with our earrings yesterday, going on the leather. So these ones went on really simply. So anyway, so far we have for today, we have our little bookmark, and we have a stretch bracelet. And we've been on a little over an hour. I'm not sure. Oh, Dorothy said she wasn't going to be on today due to the fact that she had an event she was going to last night. So we don't have to worry about time frame at all. I have been known to poke this, start to poke this through with something, but don't, if you decide to do that, don't use anything sharp, because it will try and it will wreck the, you're not. It's really close to going in though, but for some reason it doesn't want to. So we've got these two made. We made 3 pair of earrings yesterday. We got one bookmark today and one stretch bracelet. I think that turned out really pretty. I like it. I may have to keep it because I always wear stretch bracelets. So. So then the next thing we want to work on is, what do we want to work on, ladies? We may deviate from our companion bundle, go to our Celtic Christmas bundle, and work on the Lily's bugging my husband. She wants him to pay attention to her. Whoop. I'm losing my bronze wire out of its packaging here. Come back here, pretties. Oh, this isn't Celtic Christmas. This is the other bundle. Oh, I forgot we had these. These are the value bundles. This one is Celtic Christmas. And what I was thinking of doing is taking these little guys here, and then every once in a while use some spacer and one of these agates here, and making a memory wire bracelet. Where's my shovel? Should be right here. There it is. Thank you, Carolyn. I'm glad you think they're pretty. There's still a few beads in here, but we're just gonna start making this bracelet. Okay, these should work. Maybe I would prefer these. Let's see. Nope, those are better. These are almost too big, and I'm afraid since it's going to go on a bracelet, it might be pokey. So we'll set those aside. I'm going to get my, where are you? There it is. Get my memory wire turner here. And go to the end of this. And we're going to get it right in here, close up and turn. Anyway, I always make these into sort of like a split ring because the little beads will try and slide off the end otherwise. So we got, now we're going to find the other end. And I'm just going to feed like an inch of these little beads here on. Well, come on, where's the end? There it is. The one thing I don't like about working with memory wire is that it is, well, how do I want to put it? It doesn't want to change its position if it doesn't have to. And this is just going to be like a grab whatever kind of thing. Oh, come on, you guys. I am not going to put these guys on it though, because they're a little big for our little, you know, the whatever kind of thing. So, okay, let's see. Lost the end. There it is. So now I'm gonna, we've got about a little over an inch on, so now I'm gonna put a bead cap and then one of our moss agates and another bead cap. So it's gonna be every little bit like this. So now we're gonna go back to putting the little beads on. Oh, come on, you guys. And I don't have any set length I'm doing them. I'm just going to eyeball it and put on whatever works. So it's going to look like so. I think we'll probably take this guy out. He's pretty big too. We don't want super big stuff in here because it will sort of disrupt the pattern kind of thing. Goes for this guy too. That looks about right. So this will be just a fun little extra something for Christmas kind of thing. Though Christmas is over, so we don't have to worry about Christmas anymore this year. But I suppose you could wear this anytime if you really wanted to. There's no law that says you can't wear red and green at other times of the year. I probably am going to have to get some more beads out of the box, but that's all right. And you go on. few more. Not very many, though. That should do it. Need some more of our spacers. They're spacer speed caps. When I'm doing one of the things like this is about the only time that I don't feel I have to have a pattern. We're just making her go. This is what I term as a bead soup bracelet. This is a pretty bead, but I don't think I'm going to put it in here because it's one of those bigger ones. There you go. Oops. That almost makes it too long, but we're just going to put it on. Keep going. Okay, we've just about got one turn done. Oop. Too big one. Another one of those big. Oh, those are pretty. Wasn't sure if that one would go. It's a bugle bead, but it did. I think I may have to get some more beads out here pretty soon. We're losing a variety of good things here. Maybe one or two more. That should do it. Maybe just a couple more on this side here. I'll take this yellow one here. And then the gold. I think we're about halfway there. I have only cats. I have 4 cats.
He's trying to eat the blanket.
He's weird. So let's get some more of the little beads out and a few more of the big beads because we're about to the point where we're going to run out and need some of those big beads. Let's see how many we've put on so far. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like about 6. We got one out here. We're about halfway, so it's probably more than we need there, but better more than not enough. Get my little shovel out again. Where did I stuff it? Well, for Pete's sake, we just had it. Oh, I didn't put it away. Duh. Now I'm gonna I took all the little ones out. Now we'll put some of these bigger ones back in here so they don't get mixed up as much. Okay. Now let's see, we ended up with our tree. It ended with the tree agate, right? Yep, we did. So now let's just start putting these little guys on again. Well, that's one with the crystal on the outside and come on, where's your hole? Oops, missed getting a couple of these bigger ones that I didn't want to use in here out. We may have to end this before we get to the end because we're running out of bead caps. We only have enough for 2 more of our green ones, but we'll see what we get to. Now, that was our last bead cap. So we're just going to put on a row of the bead mix and roll our bead wire up. We may need to cut a little bit off. If we do, we do. You come back here. Fine, be that way. We'll put one more on and then we're going to be done with this side, and we're going to start rolling our loop. Now that's a lot more wire than we need for our loop, so I'm going to cut about this much off. So we'll get our memory wire cutters. Hey Cynthia. Oh, I didn't see Dominique come on. Hi Dominique. We're going to just get our memory wires on here and just cut a little bit off of here since we don't need this much. And then I'm going to get my memory wire loop pliers out here. We're going to go in here right at the edge and we're going to wrap. And like I said, I wrap it into like a split loop or a split ring so that, oh, I could have cut off more, it looks like. So that we have a nice closure there. I'm going to go back over to this side. Come on, let's get it all over here. And then we'll go back in here and we're going to wrap a few more wraps on this side. We have about 3 or 4 wraps on this side. We can go back over and get a little bit more in the other side. Just a little bit. Oops, knocking my bead mix around here. Okay, get out of here. So there is our memory wire bracelet with our Celtic Christmas box. Put the remaining beads back in the box, but so we got our little memory wire bracelet done there. So we'll get these put away. And we have our memory wire bracelet with our Celtic Christmas seed bead mix and the moss agate. And then we have our stretch bracelet and our bookmark with the Time Traveler Companion Bundle. And now that I have the excess beads put away, let's take a better look at what we've got here. We've got our bracelet, our stretch bracelet and bookmark from Time Traveler. And then we have our memory wire bracelet from Celtic Christmas. Pretty little fun bead soup kind of thing. So now with the Time Traveler Companion Bundles, we've got 5 items. The 3 pair earrings from yesterday, these 2 today. Time is it? Oh, we've got our hour and a half done. I do believe Dorothy's not coming on today because she said something about not doing so yesterday because of having her New Year's Eve party at her church. So I know she was thinking she'd be home late and not going to do today's. So we could make something else if we want to. I'm not sure I really have any thoughts on that matter. But actually, I think I am going to close off here for pretty soon here. I think we have done some fun things today. I don't have any real plans to make anything else today. And I do have my if you go live, it won't be until at least 11. So about an hour and a half. What is who going to do with the value bundle? Oh, the little value bundle. Well, I did make 1 pair of earrings. They're still sitting here because I couldn't find my bronze ear wires, though I did buy some yesterday when I was up at Hobby Lobby, so I could put those on to those. That is the one thing I've made with my value bundle so far. I put the bag from Hobby Lobby. Oh. Here they are. I also bought some more memory wire bracelet memory wire, so I do have some more if we need to make anything. So we can open these up. It says these are nickel-free lever back ear wires. I'm going to have to put these in my ear wire box. Test to make sure they're working. They are. It says there's 22 pieces for $4.49. Now I'd like to put the pricing on the bag. So these are 21 cents a piece. So they'd be 42 cents for the pair. You're rarely going to just use one. So if you got the value bundle and when you go to play with these little guys, they're slippery. They kept falling out of my hands. But
Shotgun.
so anyway, there is the earrings with that we made with the value bundle. I'll finish now that I got the lever back ear wires. So here we go. These are the hook and eyes in the value bundle, but quite frankly, they again could be used as different things if you wanted to. That could be used as a bail. This could be used again as a charm on the bottom because it is pretty. And you could squish this together and put a dangle right here to make an earring. Actually, I'll show you what I mean. Let's see, what do we want to dangle? Maybe that looks a little big. It's not really what I want to dangle. Oh, come on, I know I had one of these peachy ones open because I had used them in those. Come on, baby. I know there's another one down in there loose. Actually, I'm getting the pearls out of here, but I was just thinking to myself, I think there's pearls in the other bundle. It could just say, oh, look, these are from the other bundle because we have pearls in the other bundle. But Anyway, what I mean is we can take this piece and we can take our pliers and we can bring this piece together. Come on, square over there because I want you over there. Tougher than I thought. A lot of times these ones move easier than this. Boy, some of those are really racked up. Okay. Now, because I'm putting this at the bottom of these, we're going to make it use the second loop on our looper, or not our looper, but our bell making plier to make the bigger loop. Okay, good, because I don't think it'll go over that second bump there. So that's good. So I love to use component pieces as something different than what they're actually designed to be. Because they make some interesting pieces sometimes that way. Okay, this one is weirded out a little bit. I need to straighten it up some. Come on, come off. It's not got the regular loop down it. There we go. That's better. Now just put a ear wire up at the top, and there's we go, another pair of earrings. We made these with the hi Gloria. Hi Dorothy. So they make a pretty earring. I think I have 2 jump rings over here. They look like they're different sizes, weirdly enough, though. So, sorry, didn't mean to bump the camera. Bumped it again, didn't I? I have about 3 different sizes here. No, they're not. They're all about the same, except for this little guy who looks weird. So, because this has got a big, heavy loop up here, we're going to use... Oh, this one may need 2 because we want them to face the proper direction. So we may need a Tinky Tot as well. Test start ear wires. That one's a little stiff, but it's still working all right. Same with that one. So because these are going to make our ear wires go the wrong direction, because see, this would need to be going the same way. So when we put this on, it's going to try to make our ear wire go sideways. We need some Tinky Tots as well. So we want to put the big one on. And we're only using this one because this has a web wrap there, and we don't want it to stick out sideways because of the little one. So then we'll put the little one on, and it's going to go on through this one and then through our ear wire to hold our earring in place. So there's this one finished. And because that's got that big bump there, it won't, well, it will let it go over, but it's a little more difficult. Now, because I like my earrings when they have a pattern to go the opposite direction, we're going to make this earring, when it gets put together, go face this direction, whereas this one's loop is facing this direction. Now, I did get this one's pulled together a little tighter, so we'll probably try and get that one a little bit more. These are very stiff pieces. They don't want to move easily. So So now through this one, and then we want our ear wire to face this direction. And you guys, there we go. So there's that pair of earrings. These two pair of earrings down here are from the Time Traveler Value Bundle. I think it had a special name. I can't remember what they called it. Step in Time or something like that. There, I did get it a little closer. So, second pair of earrings. So, they made pretty earrings. They were supposed to be clasps, S clasps, or hook and eye clasps, I guess, were what these ones were, because they have an eye on the other side. So we have finished off this pair of earrings from the Value Bundle and made this second pair of earrings with the Value Bundle. We made this memory wire bracelet with our Celtic Christmas, our special Celtic Christmas bundle. This one wants to be pokey a little bit. Still going to pokey a little bit. So there is our Celtic Christmas memory wire bracelet. Then we made this stretch bracelet. Isn't it pretty? I really like it. It may stay with me. And then this little bookmark from the companion bundle, the Time Traveler companion bundle. So I think we've had a very productive day today. For those of you who are members of my channel, I will be having my members live at 1:30 Mountain Standard Time today. Let's turn up. Anyway, I will be having my members live this afternoon at 1:30 Mountain Standard Time. We have made quite a few things today. I'm pretty pleased with what we did get done. 2 pair of earrings, well, one entirely and one just finishing off from the Time Traveler companion bundle. And then the memory wire bracelet from the Celtic Christmas box. The bookmark, it needs to hang a little while. It wants to bump a little bit, but that's all right. It looks really good. Cute little thing. And then our memory wire bracelet, which I think turned out very pretty. See? I like it. May just stay on me. So there we go. That is what we made today. I think we had fun. I think these earrings turned out really cute with our clasp component there. You can make all kinds of interesting changes with things by just using your imagination and trying to change and changing and not looking at things as what they are supposed to be, but looking at what they can be. And so that's how we made our earrings. So we've been on for 2 hours now. We've had a very productive day. And I believe Heather says she's going to try and come on later on today, probably in about an hour. And I hope that everybody had a lovely day. Everybody has a lovely year. It's hard to believe it is the first day of 2026 today. But it is. And I hope we all have a lovely year, as well as a lovely day, obviously. Anyway, the members live is on in at 1:30, and if you want to join the members and you're not, it costs $4.99 a month. Every Thursday there's a special live at 1:30 Mountain Standard Time, and if you are a member, you get the videos, any recorded videos early. There is an early one up right now if you wanted to go see it if you were a member. So we'll see you all later, and see what we decide to make this afternoon. Anyway, I hope everybody has a lovely day, and we'll see you all later. This has been Rose for In Rose's Garden. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.